Ready to escape some cookie cutter draft lotteries? Let's show you how to rewrite the rules and tilt the odds. Welcome to Baseball Dreamland. Today I'm going to show you how to take full control of your draft order with a custom lottery utility. A few seasons ago, Out of the Park Baseball introduced the draft lottery feature in the league rules page, following MLB's adoption of the draft lottery. It's a nice addition, gives you flexibility in how the ping pong balls bounce, but like anything else, it's got its limitations. First, it's based on the US closed system philosophy, where the worst teams pick first, and each team must pick once before any team picks again. Second, it doesn't support saves with a shared draft across multiple leagues. There are actually 4 different types of drafts in Out of the Park Baseball: rookie drafts, expansion drafts, fantasy drafts, and free agent drafts. The process and utility I'm about to show you works for all 4 of these draft types. To set the draft order yourself, the first thing you need to do is go to your draft, whichever type it is, and make sure you're on the Draft Rules tab. It should look something like this. From here, you can customize the entire draft order by clicking the Actions dropdown and selecting Export Draft Order and Eligible Players to CSV files. The game will tell you exactly where it saved 2 files. Don't worry about the eligible players one, just head over to the location where it saved the draft CSV file and open it with Microsoft Excel. The file should look something like this, though with teams from your own league populated. This is where you can modify the draft order and re-upload it into the game. For now, just leave this file open and put it aside for later. If you want to run a fully custom lottery, this is where you need to download my utility. The link to download it is in the description. I recommend pausing this video and go get that file now so you can follow along more easily. You'll see 3 tabs in the utility. The README tab just takes you to the video you're currently watching. The Configure tab is where you'll set up your lottery rules, and the Output tab will display the results of your lottery. Let's go ahead and head to the Configure tab now. This tool is set up for drafts with up to 267 teams and 1,000 picks, but if you're comfortable in Excel, you can definitely tweak it further. The first thing you need to do is fill in the cells shaded in gray from columns A to E. Columns A and B have all the teams participating in your draft. Column C is where you'll input the factor that will drive each team's lottery odds. I have it shown as currency, but it can be any numerical value, from financials to budgets to last season's win-loss record, market size, whatever you want to use. In all cases, a high figure corresponds with greater lottery odds. Column D is where you'll designate how many picks each team will get in this draft. Keep in mind there are no rounds in this configuration, so a single team could theoretically win the number 1 and number 2 picks in this type of draft. Column E is an adjustment to your input in column C. Right now, it's simply set to force any negative numbers to 0, but feel free to modify this to suit any needs you have. You can download team IDs from your OOTP save by going to your league in the main menu, selecting statistics from the drop-down menu, and then team statistics. If you want all your leagues included, choose all leagues in the drop-down. You can then customize the screen to show a little extra data like attendance. Once you have the ID, team name, and your custom input, choose Report and then write Report to CSV. Then go ahead and open that CSV and paste the contents you need into the appropriate cells of the Configure tab. If there are any extra teams showing up, it's easiest to clear the content from those rows entirely. Now check out column F. These percentages represent each team's odds of landing the first pick. It's calculated by dividing each team's numeric value by the total of all the numeric values in column C. Before we run this, let's look at how it all works. Click the plus sign above column ALR, which will reveal 1,000 new columns. Then scroll back over to the far left. Each column represents an individual lottery for 1 pick, with column G being the first pick. The random number generated in row 2 will be run through each team's live odds to determine the winner of that pick. After each pick is determined, the winnings team weight is reduced for the next picks. You'll see this happen in columns H, I, J, and beyond. Now, let's close the first set of 1,000 columns by clicking above, and then open the second set of columns by clicking the plus sign above column BYE. The pick winners are shown in row 2, and you'll see that as teams win more picks, their odds decrease accordingly. For example, the Boston Doves won the 6th pick, and their weight is then reduced from 160K to 80K. If a team had 3 picks, each pick would then reduce their odds by a third. This makes it so once they've earned all their picks, their new odds become 0, making it impossible for them to get more. To run the lottery, all you need to do is press function plus F9. Each time you hit those keys, the entire lottery is rerun with fresh, randomly generated numbers through the weights you've configured. Now head over to the Output tab, where you'll see the lottery results displayed in the same format as the draft order you exported from OOTP at the beginning. You can then copy and paste these values back into the file you downloaded earlier. Make sure you paste values only, since all these cells in this tab are formulas. Once you've saved the updated draft order in your Out of the Park download, head back to the draft rules page in OOTP. Again, go to Actions, but this time choose Import Draft Order from CSV file. It'll ask you to confirm that you haven't modified the format, and then confirm whether the upload was successful. Just for fun, I gave the number 1 pick in the MLB Rookie Draft to a team from Japan. As I mentioned before, the game lets you do this, which opens up a lot of possibilities for customization. Now let's talk about a few scenarios where this could come in handy for you. If you're playing a historical save from before the MLB draft was instituted in 1965, this can be a game changer. Players went straight into free agency in those days, and the richer clubs tended to make the biggest signings. Out of the Park Baseball's AI doesn't do a great job with minor league free agents, so this way will play much more realistically. If you're playing a save with many teams across many leagues, this can help you run the lottery and set the order for a unified draft. Even if you're playing a standard game, you can use this utility to modify the lottery system in ways that fall outside the base game's configuration options. And if you have a unique use case or have ideas for additional features, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you found this video and the utility helpful. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you for the next video.